Everybody needs to know.
Good morning, good evening, good night. Welcome to the Everything Random channel. Today, we're going to be doing the big laminator. So, let's just jump right into it. First things first, you gotta lower the tray. That way you can stack the paper up on there. But you want to get it all nice and neat, all nice and squared up. You don't want the paper to be hanging off on this one or in and out. Then I take my laminate roll, the last of the clackers, and I clack it so they stay nice and even. See, you may not know, but this is the last of the clackers. Kind of like the last of the Mohicans, but clackers, because it goes clack, clack. Now you know.
How you doing, Jay?
Not too shabby.
It looks pretty shabby.
Well, it's a little chaotic this morning. Shit moving around.
Yeah. Yeah. Good rubber band. I was over on this brown farm machine. I'm going. It's going good. What's that? Hit the button. Fan duct tape.
Hey, duct tape fixes everything.
Oh yeah. You know they're gonna remove wart.
How's that?
You got a wart. You put it on there, leave it on there for like 3 days. Pull it off. The whole wart comes right off with it and everything. You got a gaping hole, but still. Hey.
These are your heat settings. The first one is your nip rollers, the orange rubber rollers, and the second two are your big preheated rollers. Normally I keep the big preheats at 265 degrees, and the nip rollers at 200 degrees, so you do not want to touch these. Then you want to start the feeder, and what it'll do is these two suckers will come down. As you see, as they suck on the paper, and then they'll pick the paper up, and then you got to blow air in it. That way you can send that sheet without it sticking to the other ones. As you see here, I got to adjust it. Now as it goes, the suckers will send it through and let it go, and the machine will take it and it'll pick up the next sheet, and it'll wait, and then there should be about a good inch worth of space in between each sheet. These orange rollers that you see here, those are those orange heated nip rollers. Those ones are only 200 degrees. Normally we have the fans on, but we do not need it because this is 1.5 mil and that cools off fairly easy. And then this is just kind of an overall video of what's going on. Once it gets sent, it comes down here to the feeding table. And then it goes through the lamination. And it comes out the other side, both sides laminated, top and bottom. And it goes through the cooling rollers, these two silver ones you see, that cools them down, up through the full rollers, which is the black one, down here through the cutter, and then it cuts, gets rid of that middle chunk, and stacks automatically. And here's another picture of the silver cooling rollers. The purpose is just to cool the paper down. That way when the cutter cuts it, it cuts it nice and flush. Now periodically it will run out of film, so I do have to come over here and get another roll of laminate. I normally just chuck everything in the corner for the time being, because you know, I ain't got time to pick it up right now. And what you want to do is put it up on the top mandrel, slide it on nice and deep like. Cut the sticker through. Don't forget to turn the air on. You gotta cut the sticker. You gotta be careful so you don't cut a bunch of layers of the film. And you see it has so much static electricity that the film will just stick right back to itself. Once you do that, you run it down and around. Back up. And then you will put it on this top preheat. This is that big roller. You see, you do not want to touch it. It's 265 degrees. You'll see as I put the film on it, as the film changes from a matte to a gloss. That is the glue activating to the heat. Once it activates, it'll stay clear forever, and that's basically your gloss laminate. And then same thing on the bottom as well. You want to cut the bottom roll off. Do not touch that top heated preheat roller. Bring the film down, cut off the excess film. Then I'm going to slide this roll off, throw it, and completely miss. Close. Then I'm going to take this new roll, slide it on all nice and deep like, so she stays on. Oh yeah. And then same process as before. I'm going to cut the tape off. Cut through that sticker. And then I'm just gonna try my best not to touch that heated roller and bring it up, down and around and back on. Now you want to start the feeder, hit the green button. It'll pick up the sheet, blow air in it, and then we'll send the sheet. I'll put it on these 3 green belts, and they're angled at such a way that keeps them nice and flush right against the back side there. And here's another view of the suckers. You can see them sucking up the sheets, and then air getting blown in it, and it's sending them. It's pretty neat. And then this is just another view of the suckers. They like to suck real good. Then here's the end process. This is the cutter. It's automated, as you can see it cutting the sheet, and then you can see the plastic piece in the middle just falls right down into another box. I'll try to get a better angle at it. You can see it a little better. It's just a knife, slams right down, cuts it right through. You do not want to put your finger in there. Periodically, you want to check the sheets and make sure they're still square. When I'm checking, I look for blemishes, marks, anything in the paper as well. And you can see here, I'm going to measure it on this line. It should be 31 millimeters. I measure it in millimeters, that way I'm a little bit closer, more dead on. Metric system is a little bit better. And I do the same on that side, 31, I'm sorry. Good to go. Can't be more square than 31 millimeters on each side. That's dead on. And then I'll go ahead and check the other side of the sheets just to make sure. And this is just the stacking process, me stacking it right here, pulling out the excess laminate if there is any, clacking each side, getting it nice and square. Sometimes on some jobs you gotta push out some of the air that's in it, but these heavier sheets, they lay right down nice and flat. And then the very last process, you get your jack. We're gonna jack it up nice and high like. And this process is pretty self-explanatory. You're just gonna see me moving it to another room. Now once you're done with that, you wanna come over here to your gripper and guide, which is your most flushed edges, and you wanna mark them. Oh, missed that one. Oh, missed it again. Got it that time.